GM, y'all, give me just a minute. I'm finishing setting everything up. If you guys would like to join on stage, feel free to hit that request button. I'll bring you guys up here in just a second.
GM, happy hunted, baby. For those of you who don't know, it's not actually consecutive weeks. It's how many minutes will be late to this space. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, GM, give me just a second. I I had an issue where I also just got rugged on the Kaleo account as far as the app just completely closed out on me. So I'm trying to figure out that and how to get back in. I mean, if not, it still shows me as a speak. I can just use this one. Give me like 30 seconds.
Remember days where you used to talk to yourself from the LedgArt account to the Kaleo account? Miss those days.
That's surprisingly more difficult than you think it is, going back and forth and muting one, unmuting the other, while also changing the volume to where you're not getting in your own way. So I don't think those days are ever coming back.
Boys.
What's poppin', Ellis?
What up, Rooster? She.
What's up, my brothers?
Oh, it's the whole gang. What?
You.
Yeah, take me back.
Right? I
Take
was just
me
thinking
back.
about that last time we were three together and we were.
The martini was fun that night, boys.
Oh, yeah, it
Should
was.
have got in the pool, though.
The pregnant lady who did a cannonball.
Oh, my. What?
All right, yo, we are officially back. My bad. Okay, so welcome to the 100th consecutive episode of Wonky Weekly Alpha. Also happens to be the 100th consecutive
Throw them
episode.
hundreds up, baby. Throw them hundreds up. Everybody in the crowd.
Will it, also the 100th consecutive episode of Will Kaleo start the episode on time? Always keeping you guessing, and we are here. And we're close to it. Maybe it was an hour off for the culture. Throw the hundreds up. Let's get them up there. 100 straight weeks of doing this. So, at the very beginning, I'm really glad that Matt is up here, because we wouldn't have these spaces without Matt Palace. 80s baby, the legend himself. They never would have started. So I'm going to give you a 30-second origin story of these things. You remember, Matt? You remember?
Oh, yeah, baby, of course, man. And hello, family. It's been a while. It's been a few months, and I'm glad to be back here. But yeah, origin story, man. We started late night spaces. I mean, these were before like really the Wonky Weekly were even official back in the day, and this was like right around the time we minted, and we would just hop on stage at 1 o'clock in the morning. Doesn't even matter what time of the day it was. We were just vibing, and then it turned into this culture of people just vibing together, and then we were vibing harder, right? And it's hilarious to think of that was 2 years ago, and now consecutively doing the Wonky official from the LedgArt. It's just been an absolutely blessed experience, man, and I'm just glad to share these vibes with family, man.
So I think here's the deal. You're actually not giving yourself enough credit here. You're missing part of the story. And here's what
He
it
wants
is.
to be put on the spot, 80s. He wants to be put on the spot.
Yeah, no. So the real story part of it is
You know I'm humble, bro. I'm humble. I'm too humble.
we did have part of the, we had some of the spaces there at the beginning where we'd be up at the very beginning, a few weeks, some of the late nights, whatever. But what it really came down to was, in January, right? There, like, whenever I first released the Wonky Stonks were released as a free mint. And, along with that, I wish BTC Art was up here. I think he could speak toward it. We had a conversation the other night on this subject of just all the stuff that comes along with being a founder of a project that you don't expect. I won't lie. At the very beginning, when I released the Wonky Songs into the world, I was like, you know what? Want to release some cool art, give people that opportunity um, to be able to appreciate it and see what happens from it, be a purely community driven thing from there. But that's it, right? Like, what else needs to be done going along with it? And then immediately, right, whenever you release something into the world, there are these expectations that come along with it. And you're like, well, shoot, this is a lot, right? And like, especially when something's pride or tied to price. So, as the market was going up, right there, end of 2021 was the peak of BTC, the peak of ETH. We actually launched the project on the day that Bitcoin and ETH were making new all-time highs. So, didn't last up at that price target for way much longer. So I was just in a spot where I really was unsure. Okay, what is the direction of where we're moving forward, really, with the stonks, with the community, with the project? Because there were all these really cool people that I met. And, I obviously love the stonks and I love the art behind it. But I'm like, what is the next step? So I had a wedding where I was up in Tampa and 80s, aka Matt, um, we went out and we grabbed lunch. And he sat down and he asked me, he was like, okay, what is your vision here with this? What's the next step? And man, I won't lie, I was just in a spot where I was really, I felt a lot of pressure, a lot of uncertainty of I don't know exactly what it is. And he was like, you know what? It's like, I think start one thing at a time. Let's go ahead and kick up these weekly spaces, right? Like, let's get those started back. I was like, that's something that I would love to do, something I know, right? Like, it just goes to the heart of it because the stonks are about the vibes. It's about the community. It's about connecting with other people as much as it is about the art. And it just felt like a natural fit for something to do. And here we are 100 weeks later, um, and have just had the opportunity through that process to watch so much happen and to see just, this community and the way that it's galvanized around one another and where we are right now. I could not be more bullish on the future and what's coming down the road. So anyway, I had to first and foremost, with you being up here, give the flowers on the stage, throw up some hundreds for Matt Palace if you're in the audience, because again, this wouldn't be happening if it weren't for him.
I love you, man, and I love this community. And I always every morning, good morning, family, because it is to me. It's beyond and this can sound cliche or whatever the fucking Web3 space, but for me, that's everything. And the connections built is everything, and the vibes we share, the pure intentions we share. And I noticed it from day one. And there's something special here, and there's always been something special. And to to be forged with these relationships has just boundless opportunities have come to us, and it's just again an absolute blessing, man. And a little funny thing, I was gone, so I've been gone since November, and I was still gone at that I started getting a lot of people, hey, where the fuck is Kaleo? And I and I guess he left a couple weeks ago, I don't know. And I was like, oh shit, here we go again, January 2022. So I love you, man. I'm glad you're here still with us, fighting hard with us, and couldn't ask for a better, friend and just project leader, boss. We love you, brother. Thank you.
Means a lot, man. Really appreciate that. So it's good to be here. Good to be back again. Love the milestone. Crazy we did it. Especially crazy looking back on it, but that's what consistency does, man. It's one of those things where you just continue to show up, you just do something consistently, and you don't get to big milestones overnight. It takes just continuing to show up time in, time out, through the good times, through the bad, and eventually, you work your way to somewhere that's pretty cool.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Feels good to be back too. And I know I was joking in the chat yesterday, but we need to chart my hiatuses and my returns because this is getting ridiculous.
We've already told you this. There's no mystery about it to anybody but you, Matt. Everybody knows that somehow you've got these puppet strings attached to the market and you don't want to tell us.
I need to come to terms with it myself because I could be fucking making some money.
Yeah, we got to find his alt wallets. That's what we got to do.
Well, on another note, I just got off the phone with Rooster a little while ago, booking a cruise with Rooster, his girl, and my wife. Man, we're gonna do it up in June. So let's fucking go. Anybody else wants to come? Let's do it.
And if not, we'll probably see what we're doing on the news eventually on that cruise as well. So tune in then.
Hey, quick reset too for something I should bring up, right? If you're in here, you probably want the ability to win some free stonks. I need to pin up my thread, not my thread. I did something earlier in the week where I I asked a question for the ability to win a stonk. So we'll go through the winner of that here a bit later. But we also have another opportunity. I pinned up there, 100th consecutive episode of Wonky Weekly Alpha kicks off now. If you want a chance to win a stonk, just like and retweet that. That's rule number one. May have you do some other engagements on that same post later, but if you want the chance to win it, give that a like, give it a retweet. Let's blow this thing up, get people in here, have some fun. So make sure you do that.
Welcome to the fucking stage, Cube. What's poppin'?
Cube, my brother, man. 3 is key, baby. Classic Cube rugging his mic.
I was gonna say, everything's got to be a classic this morning.
It
We
wouldn't
got
be
you,
the
man.
100th episode with a minor rug. Without a minor rug, I had to do it right. That wasn't even intentional. That's just my lot in life. But fucking wild, crazy to be here. 100 episodes in. What a project. I really can't add anything except for the community's beautiful. You could give shout outs to dozens and dozens of people, but that's really what it's about, is all the people I've met online, couple in person, and it's just crazy to think 2 years, this is where we are in 2 years, and what a ride it's been. Three is key, by the way.
Yo, Cube, give us the history of the cubes for the people in the audience. If you don't see that cool PFP that my man is rocking, his name is his character, is his legacy. Tell us more.
It is my internet personification. So, bought Wonky Stonks, barely missed mint, was fully addicted, was following you, some other traders, and the Stonks. They just resonated with me. It was cool. Was messing around with the NBA NFTs, Top Shot or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, stock charts are cool. I couldn't stop with just one. And I don't know, I bought like 5 the first couple days. And they were so cool in PFP form that Yasuda wanted to flex, and I got hammered one night and was just playing around and decided to make a cube to showcase, my three favorites. Then it evolved from there. I don't know, a couple hundred cubes later for people in the community. And if you need one, let me know. I can make one for you. It was just kind of the iteration of that. And then Yakimit with all his mashups made some killer mashups for me over the years. And you just showcase what you're passionate about and with your favorite stonks. And that there is not a better like hybrid NFT out there in the market. If you want to show off more than one thing, they go with so many different projects and they can, have some really fun movements in them. I just love the damn stonks, damn it. And the merch. I rock the merch all the time. But I digress.
Hey, the merch is high quality merch.
It is. I got both sets of swim trunks. The swim trunks are getting rocked in the hot tub this time of year, and it's phenomenal.
I did a photo shoot on the beach last week, and I actually used Wonky Stonks as a prop. It was pretty cool.
Speaking of the mashups and Yakima, we gotta send those flowers out that way. Dude has created over 100 for me myself. I don't even know what his total number's at. He actually even did a thread of all the mashups he done with projects that are no longer around, and half of that was mashups from my wallet. Pretty amusing stuff. But yeah, flowers out to that guy, rocking one right now. Alien Panda with the guppies, probably the most killer mashup that exists at the moment. Maybe other than some of the panda mashups. I mean, Pudgy Penguin mashups as well. Killer, man. Love you in the community. Always been grinding them out. We thank you for it.
Damn, Rooster, you sound like a Spaces host, bro.
Dang, it's almost like I've had I don't know, at least a couple weeks in a row of experience.
No, I love Yakima, man. Yakima's a brother. He's been here since day one with us too, man. And much love to you, bro. Just thank you for always being here for us and being part of the Wonky Stonks with us, man. You growing up in this Web3 with us too, and we're all just continuing to evolve in these journeys together. And it's just again a blessing. That's going to be my topic of things today. Is just, all this shit is a blessing, man. Really soak that in.
Yeah, and let's also not forget, dude's been hard chilling penguins since sub
Fuck.
1 ETH. And hard chilled pudgies as well. Told everybody to mint as many as you can. So I mean, if you just followed Yakima at all, you could be set up for financial freedom at this point in life. So again, more flowers out his way. Dude's a legend in the community, both Penguin and Wonky Stonks, and will continue to be so.
Hey, you want to know who? One person I really do miss right now for this stage. I would love to have back would be D Huts.
Dude, I was literally just on an hour call with D Huts right before the space. That's wild.
Were you actually?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I was on it. Yeah.
And you didn't tell him to get on here?
He's like me, man. He kind of just cut the plug on social media a while ago, and he's just not ready to come back to it. So,
I for anybody that doesn't know, D Huts is a legend. Another one of those guys that honestly the Stonks wouldn't be where they were today without him. So still have lots of love for that guy. He bridged the only Stonk over to Solana.
That's what I was about to say. He is a single soul stonk holder.
So
he's doing really good, man. He was helping me out.
How did this project go, man? Is it out in the world?
No, it's still being developed, but he's grinding really hard on a couple other ventures that just he had to put that to the side right now. He's doing some other big things right now.
Love that, man. Well, I love that you guys still stay in contact too, because that's one of the things that I think is really unique about this community. Again, you look back at it, just a lot of people too that connected via the Stonks that, I mean, heck, they may not even be on social media anymore, but you still have these tight-knit connections that here they are 2.5 years later. You know, from a just a community of people that came together from JPEGs, which
Yeah, it's absolutely unbelievable, man. Like every single time that we go through these journeys together and it expands into a connection, a relationship. I consider most of the people that are even on the stage right now, like I talk to them daily on my personal cell phone. Like these are my brothers. This is my family. Like I know these people better than people that I've known for 30 years of my life, man.
that's wild, man.
You build a crazy bond getting rugged together, bro.
Ellis, welcome to the stage, man. How are you doing?
Doing great, bro. Doing great. Just enjoying it. I just missed freaking Matt in where I'm at in Texas, so I was disappointed in that. But
You guys
catch
didn't
him
go to
next time.
Billy Bob's together?
No, I didn't make it to Billy Bob's. You know, I couldn't get the horse saddled up in time, so.
Right, it was cold as shit in Fort Worth, man. I'd never experienced
It
that
was
kind of
so
weather.
cold.
Oh my god.
And then I was hanging out with a bunch of pandas, and one of them's truck died. So it's like 10 degrees outside, 15, 20-mile-an-hour winds, and we're out there having to change a car battery, bro. I was pissed.
Yeah, we got our time in though, okay, and in December at Pandemonium. I went out there with him and Rooster and BT. Epic time. Glad I got to hang out with
And
those guys.
Nelsonius fucking pulled up on us next day, dude. Dude texted us at midnight. He's like, "Y'all still gonna be partying? Because I'm booking my flight right now."
He literally
And
did
motherfucker showed up the next day while me and 80s are like fucking, on the brink of death. Had to rally for this guy.
it. He showed up for 6 hours and got on a plane and went back home. Just
Bullish on that guy.
He showed up to keep you from death.
100%.
Yes, yeah, he is a doctor. So it is whenever we do these meetups, always good to have the doctor around just to make sure none of us eclipse.
You know what's bad? Whenever we had like 10 people signing up for IVs after the first night and nobody showed up to the IVs. Like, who made it for 10:30 in the morning? That's ridiculous.
I actually got one of those in-room IVs. Greatest invention. Greatest invention. Let me tell you what.
So when Wonky meetup, official LedgArt, whatever, dude.
Yeah, we
Hey,
need Florida. We need to do in Florida, Cleo.
Florida. Okay. I mean, I feel like Florida is the quintessential place for crypto meetups in general now. Because if you think about it, like LA had its potential moment in the sun, right? Like, and I think that's one of the things people want, a moment in the sun. So New York was maybe the initial place a little bit. I feel like, VCon just, yeah, like that's one thing. As much as people hype up VCon, I've never really had the interest of going to VCon or anything up north there. So I feel like if you're going to do a crypto meetup, I mean, it's got to be somewhere in a warm state. And what that really narrows down to me, like there are three states off the top of my head that I'm like, that's where I would want to do a meetup. The three states are Florida, Texas, and Arizona. I think any of those three spots would be candidates.
I'm pretty sure
BT,
he asked when, not where.
BTC, you know what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah, you're 100% on the dot, Crow. You're right. We noticed him try to slide by that question in a roundabout way. Motherfucker acting like a politician up here.
Dude, if I were acting like a
It was a
politician ready
simple.
to just throw back the question, I'd like ask the same question back.
You're thinking 80s.
PCI.
You're thinking PCI, baby, and
Rent the whole fucking place out.
St. Pete
Let's
Beach.
do it.
Done.
Yeah,
Done.
let's do it. Rent the whole place out.
March, April,
March.
first week, second week.
I'm down for whenever, man. In
So
March. It's going to be beautiful weather, springtime weather on St. Pete Beach. Are you kidding me? It's going to be
Kaleo,
magical.
you decide. You want to do March or April, first or second week.
Bro, as much as I would love to sit there and tell you which week right now and which one of those months, I don't want to be a liar. Like, I can't just sit here and pick a week and be a liar about it. Like,
Man, we should know by 2 years by now that we can't put him on the spot. Motherfucker can't make a decision like that.
Hey,
yeah, doesn't he
what is
pack his bags
100
like?
days from now on the calendar? What day is that?
wait, what's that, Rooster?
100 days from now. It's like 3 months and a week and a half or so. That'd be like last. That's around last week in March, maybe. I don't know.
Somewhere around the halving would be another month past that. I don't know, dude. Something
You
around
heard
there.
it there first. Kaleo says we're doing the Wonky meetup on the day of the halvening, wherever that is, or whenever that is in St. Pete, Florida.
That's
Let's
cool.
fucking go. Polish, baby.
Yeah, y'all asking this guy about months out. Doesn't he pack for flights like 10 minutes before?
Literally 10 minutes before.
Man's like, damn, I forgot my toothbrush again. I'm tired of why do I have 18 different
Hey,
toothbrushes?
Ellis, the one thing that I'll say is I pack well. I pack incredibly efficiently. It just is one of those things where I need that, and you would actually all be incredibly proud of me right now. So the moving truck doesn't come to my house until next Tuesday. I went by the Home Depot yesterday and I bought a bunch of random boxes, and I spent a lot of last night actually packing up some of those boxes. So that doing it days in advance, as far as something like anything packing is concerned, that was a revelation.
That's evolution.
It is.
Does anybody
Congrats on
have the
selling the
roundable?
house, man. You must have got it clean.
I did. The house did end up getting clean. The funny thing about that space where I pulled the all nighter, which the all nighter, the origin of why that happened a couple nights ago was to clean the house for stuff I had going on the next day, and ended up waiting until 6 a.m. But from 6 to 8 a.m., really, really, really got that. It worked. So sometimes you need that pressure to really have great things happen.
And for those who don't know, he was cleaning his house for the Cabal party the next day. There's a Cabal masquerade. It was a pretty fun event.
I thought you said pickleball at first. I was like, man, would be kind of fun. Like, I would love that. Actually, that is one thing. I kid you not. Here as a, I don't want to say, here's the citizen of the world that may also be. I'm not a burger, but maybe I am a burger. Anyway, like pickleball is a sport that's blowing up. I'm going to have a pickleball court in my backyard one day. It's just that simple.
The only thing blowing up from pickleball is the Achilles injuries that are happening.
I believe that actually. No, pickleball's a fun sport. Like the one thing I'll say toward that though is there have been a lot of Euros and that have shared padel, and I didn't know that padel existed before that. But padel just basically looks like a cage match of pickleball, which also looks incredible. So have to try that sometime soon as well. Pixel Rich, welcome to the stage, man. I saw you sniped another. What was it? 1,000% y-axis that you were looking at earlier this week.
Yes, 1,000% or more is the stonks I'm buying. Hi guys, it's been a while since I've been up to the stage, and I really just wanted to say kudos, Khalil, for showing up every week. I remember the times when you were on vacation, like, yeah, I'm sneaking away, I'm on a boat or something. I can only speak an hour. You did it every time. Congrats. And shout out to Hondo too, who did all this art with you. It's really fun to be in this space with the art, makes it much more relaxing and fun. I'm loving the Wonky Stonks more by the day, and yeah, I'm still mostly collecting the one trait almost nobody knows, the y-axis with the percentages, and some stonks have 1000% or more. I'm collecting possibilities, not real returns, which reflects on my trading. That's it from me.
Yo, one of the things I love about you collecting those 1000% y-axis is it just shows the depth of the traits of the stonk, right? One of the beautiful things about the y-axis collection in general, if you want to go and you want to filter different traits, you can't even filter down for the y-axis for what the minimum, what the maximum, etc. is. So it's one of those hidden traits, right? Like it is a hidden trait in the stonks that the algorithm generated whenever all these were being made, that you have to basically go through each and every individual stonk in the collection through hand to be able to sift and find and build what you're accumulating. And right, like there are a lot of other hidden traits like that in the stonks that I think completely differentiate it from any other collection that's out there, right? I mean, heck, even look at the depth of the traits that you have in any of the other charts that are out there. Like, I like what TradFi Lines does, where it's like, okay, every time you generate a new transaction, a new candle is put on there. That's kind of interesting, right? But if you look at just the overall, the art combined with the traits, you know, not many people have the depth of those combinations that the stonks do. Like, so it is a beautiful thing. And Pixel Rich, I think you were the perfect person that really exemplifies that with your collection.
Thank you, thank you. But let's not forget there are, as you said, so many different hidden traits, and we talked about a lot of them in the last 2 years. I mean, like the one Wonky Stonk Rooster has with this
The double gap.
dot candle that goes back down the next candle, and I really one day would love to learn more about the algorithm Hondo programmed with you, because it's just fascinating to follow these lines. And some stonks have a really nice interaction with the moving average. You really look at them and feel like a trader seeing the support and resistance lines. And yeah, and all the different color combinations. I don't know. I mean, you showed us some of the iterations you did recently, and it's really great to see how much work you put in. It's really visible. It's art that still that we still love.
Yeah, for anybody who's a stonk holder, Kaleo dropped some OG rough drafts in the Citadel chat, which we're all pretty happy stayed that way.
Rough draft.
Hey, that was the very, very, very first iteration that Hondo sent me. So,
yeah. Can you speak on what your initial reaction was in that moment that you saw it for the first time?
No. I mean, that was the initial reaction. I'm not saying no toward you, but it was just no. So, but that's the thing though. Whenever you have a vision, it's got to be something where you have to be brutally honest about. Where, if you have a vision with art and a project you want out there, it's got to be something that you're proud of and that really fits the bill. So that's the point being. Like, I love the fact that the initial reaction was just a dead ass no, because it just shows that, it wasn't something that was just rushed out there. It wasn't something that, it was just, oh, okay, yeah, you can generate a collection from this. and we can release it as is. No, we spent another couple months fine tuning it, getting a lot of feedback from other people on, here's some things that would work well, here's some things that wouldn't. We took some of that advice and, some of it we didn't, right? But yeah, that was the initial reaction. It just, I mean, a big part of that for anybody that's in here, some of the initial ideas, first and foremost, were about, you know, there were some really specific things that I think would take away from the actual art, which when I think about a chart, I'm thinking about the price action, I'm thinking about what's happening with the lines themselves, and we wanted things that would last, that would persist, right? And something that people couldn't really sit back on and say, oh, that's like, I'm not a big fan of whatever XYZ is. So if you had some type of shadow figure in the background, right, as cool as I thought that might be, or, you've got these rare things, maybe you've got like a mega bull and you've got a mega bear that all of a sudden appears in the background of one of the charts. As cool as that type of stuff was in my mind, I was like, man, now you've got two things that people are judging, right? You've got the art of the chart, and now you've got the art of the background figure. And if the art of the background figure, so if it's not just this incredible, definitively incredible art, then people are going to say, oh, well, that sucks, so I don't like it. And then if they don't like the chart, but they like the background. So it just added another element that I really didn't like. And I thought it took away from the element of just the generative nature of the art itself. And that was the same thing with like a bunch of the different, you saw the Bitcoin ticker on there. I told you, we thought about putting different tickers for different cryptocurrencies. We had that worked into the y-axis of the algorithm, or, at the title port of the algorithm at a certain point. But it just didn't make sense because, again, outside of a couple names like Bitcoin, ETH, etc., a lot of these names just still, I don't feel like are transcendent. You could have incredible art and then you get something like XRP tagged on there and you're like, oh, man, like, do I want to be a Ripple bag holder?
Yeah, imagine if FTT was on it.
I mean, that might actually be goated, but
I would probably trade higher.
The most mean reversal on the chart.
What's fascinating about that, Kaleo, is you actually just helped me with a little thing I'm working on privately with a venture I'm working on, and I can apply that same mentality to kind of this. And I appreciate the awareness of that, because that's what it takes. It takes a level of state of awareness. So appreciate that and giving us some fire art, man.
Yeah, of course, man. And, again, a lot of other iterations that just came along with that process. A big part for me was I wanted a lot more color, like bright color, aka the wonky theme. I thought a lot of the other original color was just too muted. And I wanted the collection to be more exciting. So, really pushed hard with Hondo to make that happen. But the funny thing is, believe it or not, like as popular as the wonky themes are with everybody within the community collecting it, that was one of the things I got the most pushback on from people that I just sent some of the rough drafts to, for the art. I would send it to people and I'd say, hey, what do you think of this? And they're like, oh, that's way too bright. But, a lot of the feedback that I was getting it was from traders, right? So I would send the art to a trader who would check it out and they'd be like, oof, yeah, like a little bit too bright on that. I don't know how that would do with people. But they're sitting there in their mind and they're thinking of it from the perspective of, do I want to look at a chart that I'm trading and have it be these bright colors, right? So the answer was a no. And that's why when you look at the themes, you've got the classic which classic are more themes that you might see like traditionally with somebody that's trading, doing whatever else, a little bit more muted, but like to the point. And then you look at the wonky theme, and like that, I think really just speaks to pure art enthusiasts, where you've got these bright, loud colors in the collection that complement the classic side of it. So, yeah, a little bit more history for everybody that is in the audience on just some of the thought process that went into it. So, Matt, I've got to ask though, with what you're working on right now, have you taken it to that feedback stage? Has anybody given you any just critical, one way or the other, pros, cons toward what you're working on?
Absolutely. Yeah. So for context, I've been grinding on this now with actually somebody from this community, and has turned into a really good friend. I'll even call him out, Lab Finance. I spent a week with him here in Florida last week to finalize some things as well. And we actually had a couple of those meetings. And that was another reason why we were speaking with Dietz today. Building that bond and relationship with Dietz has really proven valuable for stuff like this. So, yes, to answer your question.
So what is the thing that was the most difficult thing as far as criticism from somebody that you've heard that you're like, okay, probably do need to work on that? And then what is something that you heard and you're like, you know what? I respect where they're coming from, and I'm glad I got that opinion, but I'm confident with the way I'm, approaching it right now.
Well, one of the first conversations was actually a complete shift in direction. And that proved to be very valuable, because the new direction that we're going in is ripe for opportunities. So that's the first part of that. But the other part was, I've set up several different strategy meetings with a lot of people that I know in various industries, and we are open, minded to have these discussions. And sometimes the information that gets back to us, we review it and we just, we'll take it into consideration. But we now know that reinforces kind of a question that we had before of how to move forward. Like, if they are touching on something like that, then we now know, we're confident that let's not go in that direction, basically.
No, I think that's healthy, man. It's something that's tough to hear, but it's something that's a necessary part of it. I'm excited for, what you guys are doing. Love the fact, you got together to do that. I'm just excited. Like, it's just really cool for me to see all the stuff that's being built from the community recently. Again, seeing what you're working on there, seeing BTC Art with his project, seeing Pythonomics starting to grind and start up a new project himself over on the AVAX side. I mean, we've just got a lot of cool things kind of in the kitchen right now that are cooking. I mean, heck, even bringing new people into the community and just seeing what they're building. Like, I love the fact that Owen now is a stonk holder, and seeing some of the stuff that he's also working on, right? Like, that is one of my biggest missions, is bringing people that are just going not only to, be a good holder, that are just going to hold on, do whatever, but I want to bring people that, you get this richness and depth with, where you're like, man, by connecting with this person, I'm able to grow myself in XYZ way.
Absolutely, man. And the fact that you can provide a platform for us to use as that medium to channel all of this energy that we have, and to ultimately come together to evolve and grow and brainstorm, and like you said, cook in the background and just go with it. It goes back to what I said in the beginning. It's a fucking blessing, man. And again, shout out to Vlad Finance, because I spent a week with this man last week. He is one of the most humble, intelligent, beautiful human beings I've ever met, man. Happy to work with you, brother.
Her. Is Vlad in the audience right now?
He is.
I don't see him there. Got to bring him up. Owen, I see you trying to talk. Owen, what is up, my man? Welcome back up.
Oh man, I see the tech is down bad today. What's going on?
The what is down bad?
Well, Avalanche tech is down bad today. The tech got worse overnight. I see. I made my own little post that the tech will continue to be down bad until cultural valuations improve. I strongly believe this. If you can, you can hear. I literally just woke up. This is like the latest I've slept in. I don't know how long. I don't know what happened. I feel like I got hit by a truck. But here I am. Thanks for having me up. What's going on?
Bro, you just wanted to make me feel better. Thank you so much for coming up on that stage and saying this, because I've been getting roasted for the past hour from these guys for sleeping in way too late. So thank you.
Oh no, I'm the biggest. You know, it's funny. Last night you were talking about cleaning up your diet and stuff, and here I was with like I just made one of those frozen pizza joints and like faced it, like literally as I was coming up on stage, and I wasn't sure if I should be like, "Yo, I'm like literally housing a pizza right now," or if that would have been in bad taste. But usually when I don't have something to say, I'll just do something like this.
Wait till you see my crock. Wait till you see my crock. Hey, bitch. Wait till you see my crock. I'ma put it on your foot. Hey, bitch.
Yeah, I just realized, Matt, you haven't met Owen yet.
No, I haven't, man. Sorry, Owen. I've been gone for 3 months on journeys. So, what's up,
The
brother?
fuck, man? You should know me. What? Hi, Matt. What's going on?
What's up, brother?
Dude, so I know Owen from the AVAC side, met him in the arena, which, hey, I'm just going to say this now. I'm going to say it on Spaces. Rooster's going to laugh at me. Whoever else may laugh at me. I think Jason is the Luca of SocialFi, and that the arena is going to make a comeback. I'm just going to say it right now. You can record that, do whatever you want with it. It'll make a comeback. But shout out to Owen, crossed over from that space over to the Stonks with us now. Love having him up here on Spaces with us. So, he does some music stuff, and, love having it up there. And we just brought up also a Pingu legend, Mr. Agents.
Hey, I have to come through
Whoa.
for the big triple digit. Congratulations. An inspiring case study in consistency, my friend. Also, I am housing a frozen pizza myself. So who was talking
My
about?
man.
Yeah.
Let's get
Absolutely. I had to, as soon as I heard that, I have a pizza in the oven. It's got 3 minutes left. It is a it's a Red Baron classic crust supreme pizza, sausage green and red peppers, pepperoni and onion, sausage made with pork and chicken, pepperoni made with pork, chicken and beef. How's that for a lunch? And I'm gonna face the whole
Let's
thing.
fucking go.
Bro, you lost me to Red Baron.
Yeah, Red
You
Baron's
sound like a
goated, bro. If
red-blooded
you didn't grow up
American,
on
my
Red
friend.
Barons, like I don't even know what to say.
Hey, Owen, real quick. I minted my first AVAX NFT yesterday, and shout out to Pythonomics and shout out to Willy Wonka for getting me involved with that. So,
Hell yeah. It was the Comfy Crooks joint?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wait till
did
you
they
see my
reveal?
crock.
Did they
They did.
reveal?
Yeah, they did. You got to refresh your metadata.
I don't honestly. When it comes to AVAX NFTs, I don't even know how to get to the damn metadata.
What?
Go to JoePeg. That's how I did it yesterday. Connect with your wallet, go to JoePeg, and there's a little swirly thing. Refresh it.
Rooster, just FYI, that was the most boomer ass response I've ever heard. Like, come
No,
on,
there is no
man.
metadata. I love you. I just got to say, Campfire doesn't see any volume because it's like really art focused, but it's by far my favorite front end to use. Like their shit is dope. I don't know if you've used this. Campfire. Wait, let me just make sure I don't fuck up this link. Yeah,
My apes.
Campfire.exchange.
My apes.
It's just like best in class as far as like UX from a user perspective. Like they don't really see any volume right now, but I want them to win because they're like really dope. They're really good at what they do, and they're really like principled about their mission. So I just got to give them a shout out because like when I got onto AVAX and there were like no market. Not only was there no market for music, there was no fucking infrastructure for music whatsoever. Like there weren't like any marketplaces which had editions. There weren't like none of this shit existed. And they were the first people who like reached out and were like, "Hey, like what can we do?" So I just gotta like give them their flowers on that.
Wait, I missed who the flowers were given to over the sound of my apes being drained.
Oh,
If you could repeat the link.
it's campfire.exchange. Make sure you turn on dark mode because it looks a lot better in dark mode.
Is that where I can view my croc reveal?
Well, you have to ask Python if he's reached out to them. I don't know if they
Motherfucker.
indexed it. Let me see. Let me take a look.
I'm just trying to see my croc.
But yeah, no, you can. They're up. Yeah. Yeah, if you search comfy crooks, yeah, it pops up. And I find it just like, as a dude who likes stuff that looks good, it's just like a nice app to use.
Rooster, Pythonomics posted in the Citadel a little thing for you.
I fucked up my entrance, Calio, because you were shouting out the arena and like that. Oh, I fucked it up again. I was gonna play something, but then I have like, I don't know if you can relate. I have like 78 tabs open, and not only do I have 78 tabs open, but I also have like 6 windows with 78 tabs in them. So it's a constant struggle. I probably lose like hours a week just trying to filter through tabs.
Press Control Shift A, and it'll bring up a list of all your tabs you can search.
Oh shit.
Bro, going into your tax manager and like Chrome is taking up 99% of your computer computing strength. It's throwing up warning messages, errors, 17 windows open, 137 tabs. Yeah, I think we can all.
Dude, if you don't have fucking 17 to 30 windows open, are you even in crypto or trading NFTs? Like for real?
I actually started just closing them all down at the end of the night, and I haven't
I
been
only have
adversely
23 open
affected.
right now. I just counted. Well, that's just 23 on the desktop.
You don't even know what
But
the background of your computer looks like anymore. You haven't seen it in a year and a half.
Wait, Caleb, can you do the Jason is the Luca of SocialFi again? I'm ready now.
all right, Jason is the Luca of SocialFi.
So come on, bring it down to the arena. Hit up Russell Crowe's on the team, yeah. If you're steady cooking with the heat, yeah. Come on, bring it down to the arena.
I love it, man. I love it. Oh, dude, I just love that, your go-to thing is just so badass for spaces because it's like, as the artist, you can just create a song for anything that you're passionate about and just have it ready to go as a reply whenever somebody brings it up.
Dude, I got so many in the can. You bring up Friend Tech. I have a song called Dump My Key. It's like a breakup song about your homies dumping on you.
You got anything for Pudgy Penguins?
Not yet, but let's talk tomorrow, I guess.
What about
You
the
want some
Wonky Stonks song?
inspiration? There's a song on Spotify by Dan the Lost Boy called Pudgy Penguins theme song, and it is absolutely killer.
All right, well, let me peep this. Pudgy Penguins. Who's it by? Dan
Dan the Lost Boy.
the Lost Boy.
I just revealed my croc.
It's like a DJ Mustard type joint.
Yeah,
it's got
a really good I don't know the music terminology. Drop, hook, maybe.
Well, it's like you hear that beat for 2 seconds. I'm expecting to hear Mustard on a beat. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
I hope.
Hey, Python, I just revealed my croc. I got 4 traits that have none in them. So, where's the 6 trait council for crocs that does not exist? I would like to join, please.
And by the way, you still can mint some crooks. I'm telling you, going to be the Dino Dicks of AVAX. Slow and steady, mint themselves out.
Let's go, crooks!
We might be introducing some dynamic traits in there, kind of like the PP decks. I'm cooking.
Wait till you see my croc. Wait till you see my croc. Hey, bitch. Wait till you see my croc. I'ma put it on your foot. Hey, bitch.
I'm telling you, this is like Web3's AVAX's version of Mark Rebellion.
I like that dude, but he can suck my croc, bro.
Yeah, you need another GM song. You need to make just something that I can like shift over to about, something that's loud, that's out there, that I can just post a video of every day. And then everybody's going to start thinking I'm Owen. And that's fine. You're going to get your face out there. You'll get your song out there. I swear, with that song, I probably given Mark half of his views on that video through all the times that I've played it.
Who was that ape that did all the, what's his name, like Mackie or something, that did all those awful, ugly mashups of or in real life impersonations of people's PFPs? What was his name?
Don't know because I blocked him. I kid you not. I blocked him. I didn't even mute him. I blocked him. It was the most cringe thing that I've ever seen in my life. And I still hate whenever people show any pictures of that guy, screenshots of that guy. I think he is a cancer for this space as a whole. Never have talked to him, never have met him, but I don't need to. That is something that I do not need to see on my feed. It is disgusting.
Wow, tell us how you really feel, man.
Somebody swept 10 stonks. Change the subject.
Oh, shit.
Wait,
What?
did they really? Woo! Love to see it. Dude, I wasn't going to bring this up while we were talking, but now I'll bring it up. The funny thing, too? So there was the exact same number of stonks listed as there were last night, whenever the floor was like 0.13 something. And you just had these two people that kept undercutting each other, like with what their bag was, slowly shifting lower and lower. And it's beautiful to see because it's not like they're new people entering it, right? It's the exact same number of stonks, and they're just like, oh, here's a discount for whoever wants it. And it's kind of a game of chicken where it's like, okay, who's going to list just lower? And it's almost a game of chicken as a buyer, too, because you're sitting there and you're like, well, they're both bitches and they're going to undercut each other. So, how low can I go before somebody else takes that bag for me? So we just got the answer for at least some of it.
Dude, I one time extracted 0.1 Ethereum from a bid bot on OpenSea. This is before Blur was, took majority of market share, because I noticed they would outbid me every 30 seconds for an NFT that I wanted on a trait bid. So, which I already had one of those traits too. So I kept bidding. I bid them up another 0.1, and then sold one of my NFTs that had the trait into him, and then put my bid back up.
Got our
Anything?
own little Avi Eisenberg up in here. Let's get it.
Yeah, bro. Just wait until there's a day that stonks can be used as collateral. Shout out, dude. A Pingu right now, you can get 30K for a Pingu on a loan right now. That's insane. Does that even feel real, agents? That if you wanted right now, you could just get a loan for $30K on one of your penguins, not even officially sell it?
Yeah, it feels kind of nutty. I don't know if I would ever do it though, because I don't trust myself. You know, it's
I'm
gonna
not
end up.
saying to do it. Like, I'm
You're
just saying
saying
you
do it?
can't.
Should I? Should I? All
Hey,
right, all
He
right,
said,
I'm
"Do it and
saying
fine,
sweep
do
the
it and
fine,
stonks,
sweep the
pussy."
fine.
stocks.
All right,
Only
fine.
justifiable reason.
Max left. No, I actually screwed myself. I had a couple on blend before the dime got announced, and immediately I went and paid them all off. I said, if that's going to be the meta for this cycle is airdropping penguins, I'm not giving blend my allocation. But it is nutty to me that that's even a thing, thinking about where we were 2 years ago. And if you wanted to sell your penguin, if you had a rare, um, you still have to kind of DM trade to and flip for rares. But if you had a floor, you had to just list that sucker and wait. You know, there was none of this blur blids or take a loan out and still have exposure. So it's really incredible to see how far the space has come, and kind of comparing that to what we thought would happen. And it was kind of an eventuality that everyone was talking about back in 2021. Wait for the financialization of NFTs, you know, wait, the liquidity is going to come. So it's just kind of cool to see and get
Bro,
that.
yeah,
Like
how
so
fucking parabolic this next run's gonna be just off of being able to, take a 30K, USD loan off your penguin and then go buy more penguins at like, 5,000 a piece or whatever on interest. And
boosters
yeah,
hitting them
we
with
didn't
the
have any of
9-9,
these tools
baby.
last cycle.
I mean, that aspect of it does get me really, really nervous, because obviously you could have a cascade effect if if a ton of people are doing that.
Well, AJ, let me stop you right. There will be a cascade effect eventually, right? Because
Yeah, it's inevitable.
here's the theory behind it. It's the whole Luna Terra theory. And here's where I'm getting at with that. Bullish market conditions. Luna was the most bullish asset out there. And like, this is what I would tell people, right? Because it's basically a leverage play where, you have this Ponzi where with the whole UST dynamic, how, to keep it balanced for UST, it had to buy more Luna or burn more Luna, whatever it was, and it would drive the price up. But vice versa, it had to print more Luna on the way down to be able to backfill. So it just became one of these things where, it was the most obvious bull play that was out there. It was going to just keep feeding into itself. It's the same thing with the whole loan dynamic. We're on the way up. It creates a hell of like a way more bullish situation, because the people that are applying for these loans on Blur or Blend, whatever, they're not showing their credit score. They're not like doing whatever else. As long as you have the asset, you can get the capital. So, you have complete degens that are just going to put it back in the market, and you're going to have some of them really winning until they aren't.
Oh yeah,
So,
I mean, obviously it's gonna come cascading down. I don't know about y'all, but I promised to sell the top this year, and I don't break promises. So
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
time to
I'm
dip,
really
bro.
like a debt adverse individual, which I guess is funny considering my real estate background. But like, I don't have a mortgage on a primary residence. I think using leverage should really, really only come into play if you have a surefire thing. Or, I mean, for the longest time with penguins, it was really like positive EV to just max out your loan amount that you could get to keep it at 0% interest, and then just toss the ETH into a liquidity pool and collect the yield. But the moment Dime announced that airdrop, and you start considering, what perps are trading at and all this, it became like a very negative EV thing.
Well, but you can't really like so much of the appeal of this, at least to us burgers, has to do with not only capital efficiency, but like tax efficiency. Like if you can extract value from an asset without having to sell it, then you don't have to pay taxes and capital gains on, whatever profits you made on that asset. And that's like, that's how the big dogs do it. Cause, you don't want to have to be paying, 40% taxes on these massive gains if you can find a way to legally avoid it.
Yeah, not only that too. I mean, you can even use the loans as almost a hedge when your NFT pumps up, right? And it just defaults on the NFT if it drops too low, and then
Well, then you have to pay taxes on that.
yeah, I
Unfortunately,
mean that's separate from the taxes, obviously. But there are many strategies to where the Blur blend, you can do a lot of things with it.
See, this is what kind of confuses me, though. And maybe you could offer some clarity, or anyone can chime in here. When you take your loan out against your NFT, aren't you kind of realizing a gain?
No, you're borrowing. You can actually write off any interest you pay against your gains. Like any interest you pay to maintain that loan is a tax write-off. I mean, I'm not a CPA, but
And on top of that, you're getting capital. Like, this is the beautiful thing about being
hold on, Kaleo. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
I
good.
understand how traditional like leveraging your debt works, but with NFTs and how the tax authorities in the U.S. are valuing ETH and what's considered a trade. And again, you're like, if I buy a pudgy penguin for 1 ETH, right, with ETH at $1,000, and then I take a loan out against that pudgy penguin for I don't know, 5 ETH, and ETH is at $2,000, that's technically realizing a gain on the ETH value. There's a fucky thing with it. I mean, I just don't think the regulations.
I don't know. I feel like that'd be more of like an inflated valuation more than realizing a profit. Maybe. I mean, it's still very, very blurry upon regulation. I mean, if you were to abide by the newest rules, right, you got to be DMing people for their social security number. Anything you sell more than 10K. Like,
I think they actually kiboshed that, didn't they? And it was only
it
ever
was kind
businesses.
of a Fugazi thing. It was like, yeah, we kind of think you should do this.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't really enforceable, but I don't know if they completely cut it. I just knew it wasn't like legally. There's some things that made it not enforceable. I'm not a lawyer, so I have no idea. I wasn't going to be DMing people for their social security numbers either. I was fuck it, if they want to come get me, come get me.
Well, I think that was one of those things that circulated on Twitter because it's really good engagement bait. Like, the regulators are coming for your shit. It's like, no, they don't give a fuck about you. Like,
here's my question though. Like, if the penguin gets liquidated, right, where you can't pay back your loan, and it is what it is, right? Like, does that count as a sale? Now,
yes, liquidation is a taxable event. So that's the thing you got to be careful of. But you don't. I mean, if you're
sounds like a write-off though, more than
a write-off.
Right. I mean, if you're getting liquidated,
this shit makes me want to move to Dubai so bad. Like, seriously, I'm looking at plane tickets right now.
All I gotta say is, we're diving a little deep into the weeds on the taxes. So I want to bring up a better subject, talking about just financial questions, and I want to test the savvy of the room. Does anybody think they got the answer to the pinned question correct up top?
Oh, dude, I have it. I mean, I just thought of it just now. I'm going to wing it, but I definitely have the answer for you.
Let's hear it.
I believe that.
And this is why, right? It's a lot harder to turn $1 million into $2 million, right? But it's super easy to turn $1 into $2. So you take that dollar every single day and you double it. And eventually, doing that enough times, you'll end up way more money than the million. I'm assuming trillions. And not only that, the work ethic you would build from doubling that $1 and just the gratification of doing that every single day for the rest of your life. That's the answer.
I'll do you one better. If you accept the $1 a day for the rest of your life, that's technically a structured settlement. So you call JG Wentworth, 877 cash now. You get them to pay you out a lump sum payment on the $1 structured settlement. Okay.
Beautiful.
And you take that and you put it into 0 day to expiration SPY options. Calls, of course.
But that's
I have a
beautiful. And you know what you need to justify at that extent too? You need some type of clause in there where you're talking about why the average life expectancy is going to go parabolic here in the next 20 years. And why you deserve to be paid out. You're like, well, maybe consciousness is transferable, right? You make that argument and you get an infinite
you say,
payout.
bitch, I'm living forever.
Yes.
You build a trust to be able to invest that $1 per day to leverage a short position against all life insurance policies. And then
Jesus Christ.
you get a way higher return off the collapse of the extent of the life expectancy, honestly.
Yeah, but what
Genius.
counterparty will exist to pay you that if all those things collapse? Those are the things you got to think about.
I don't
The
know about
same
you
one
guys.
that's offering
I
you
said I
$1 a
take the
day.
I don't know
million.
about you
I
guys. I'm
just
taking
ape
my
it all
dollar to
into Wonky
McDonald's.
Stonks.
Give me some nuggets.
Hey, I got a serious question.
Okay.
Hot sauce on pizza. Heat or no?
Did you say Costco
Somebody
pizza?
order big sausage
No, hot
pizza.
sauce on pizza.
Oh, hot
Cholula
sauce
hot
on
sauce
pizza?
on pizza.
Fire. A buffalo chicken pizza? Gas. You know what I did the other day on my pizza? I did Alfredo sauce and like Philly steak. Oh my god, that's got to be in my top pizzas now. Alfredo
Pineapple
sauce and Philly
bacon,
That's a
steak
lot.
is
hot
a banger.
sauce.
Yo, what's a
Pineapple
Philly
bacon,
steak?
hot sauce all day.
Bro, what are you doing to your colon?
I don't even want to know, to be honest.
It's just
And to answer you,
degenerate.
bro, whatever the fuck Papa John's has listed under their meat options, so probably not real cow, if I'm being honest.
Papa John's don't know shit about a Philly steak, just FYI.
Okay.
This Red Baron is heat, bro. With some Cholula hot
I
sauce on
can't
top.
hear more about pizza, guys. I really cannot right now in the struggle of what I'm going through. So I'm going to bring it back to the winner of
What are you on,
this.
Aikens? Keto? I
I'm
missed it.
on.
I came in late.
I'm on. Kaleo needs to get skinnier, so he's just making up a dang diet, and it doesn't include much pizza right now. Where it
Do
used to be
75
every
hard,
other
bro.
meal.
Do
So,
75 hard. You'll feel like a champion afterwards.
no, I can't do something like that. Like a structured diet for and more so a trend. Like I'd be just as bad as buying a Stanley.
The best diet is the taco diet. You just have
So
tacos every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I've
There's
done that. That I can't do that either. But what I am
Everyone
going to
giving
do
you
is,
advice
if
right
you
now
guys
is
let me, I'm going to
severely
announce the winner
overweight.
of this thing. So the winner officially of that first stunk in the giveaway is Father Candles. He is a SEAL. I'm going to have to DM him. His answer was, I take the $1 a day. I save for 2 weeks drinking puddles and eating street meat, aka roadkill. I convert the $14 to 11 pounds. I buy 10 grams of tomato seeds and plant them in a stranger's field. I harvest 3,000 plants per 10 grams of seed and an average of 100 tomatoes per plant by hand. I have 300,000 tomatoes. I sell them in bulk to tomato enjoyers at a price point of £1 per 10 tomatoes, decimating the competition. I am the tomato king. I make 30K every 2 weeks. Wake up at 4 a.m., vitamin shot, cardio workout, out to farm the vast fields of tomatoes, repeat. Passive income.
beautiful.
Outperformance.
That's the winner. Tell me that doesn't deserve to win.
It
That's
does.
pretty wild. Vlad, doesn't that sound like a chat assistant?
I was gonna say, man, I'm like, my plan was gonna be just put it in the bank, right, and take the 150 a day from interest, and just do a daily compounding thing with half of it, sweep the stonks floor for the other half. But hey, it's up to
Broke mindset, Vlad. That's a broke mindset.
Yeah, I actually have. I just formulated a better plan. You take each dollar and you scrape the residual cocaine off of
There
each
you go.
one every single day. By the end of the year, it's about 365 residual cocaines per 1 ounce of cocaine. You do that for a couple years, you eventually have a kilo. And then you
Then you sell it to
Can I
I
just
Pitbull.
feel
stop
like you
you?
got to do that with
Cocaine
C notes,
is,
though, bro. You can't be doing
is
that with
units.
ones. Ones have all sorts of other shit on them you don't want.
yeah, then you break it down. Then you got more resources than just cocaine. Then you could start separating those into different piles themselves. You get the $1, and you probably can scrape a little bit of meth off that too.
$1 over at Chica's Bonitas.
You make skin grafts off of that probably. So, you know.
So if the happening is on the 22nd of April, do we do the week before or the week after for the Wonky meetup?
I think we do it right on 420.
Ooh.
Oh, there you go, Rooster.
It's a competitive date, though.
Oh.
That's the only problem. You might have some competition for attendance.
You know what? I'm gonna be on a cruise.
Cruise? What?
Wonky cruise?
Yeah, is that what I just heard? Kaleo's
Dude,
taking the Stonks whales for a wonky cruise?
I could set it up. I got it in with Royal Caribbean, so
Maybe it's a wonky cruise.
Which one was the joint which got infected with COVID and had to stay off the coast for like weeks because of it? We got to get that cruise.
probably a Carnival.
I'm just saying that because, like, everybody on that cruise was fucking.
Fucking vomiting, probably.
Bro just came way out of left field over here. We're 100
I was-
weeks of Wonky Stonks.
I was waiting for the beat to drop after that.
Yeah, sorry, bro. I didn't have a cue. Is there? I woke up pretty recently. I'm kind of fucking up this morning. Just like give me time. I'll figure it out.
Oh shit.
We have Abataba. Have we heard from Abataba today? What's up, brother?
No, also we do got to give some flowers out to him for stonky.art.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Sickest community project to come out of Wonky Stonks so far.
Yeah, man.
Or not community, but a member of the community built it. That's what I mean.
Yeah, hey guys. It's been a long time. Just been chilling with my doggies, trying to make things better, invent new things. But yeah, I love this space. I love sometimes I drop in. I don't really have much to say ever, so I just like listening to you guys.
There any new updates with the stonky.art website? You building anything cool?
I had some ideas, but it mostly comes down to motivation. I think my brain gets distracted with too many things, and so I don't know. I was making art for a bit with JavaScript and stuff, and that's pretty fun. But then I'm just I got bored of it, I think. So then I started making this streaming app, so I could watch a bunch of football games at once, and I haven't gotten bored with that. I just football ended, so I kind of lost my motivation for it. But that's still available, and I don't know if when I finish them, it'll be hopefully something I can share with people that other people can use.
Well, I definitely appreciate that site too. It's fun, right? Like seeing people build out the real time charts with the art behind it. So definitely a cool innovation.
So I
Sorry,
guess
what's
sorry,
that?
no, I guess that's just I felt like the coolest part of the site, and when I built the listing part, it was just because I kind of had the information, and I was like, oh, maybe we can just list them all and aggregate the prices. I think that part's kind of broken on the site, but being able to just generate your charts was my dream. As soon as I got my first chart, I was like, how can I make this reality? How can I put Doge on here? How can I put ETH on here? It's still fun to do, and If you don't own any stonks, you can go do one stonk a day. But maybe in the future we should like open it up so you can just pick any stonk and chart it just because you think it's beautiful. I mean, not everyone wants to connect to the site either. Uh, I wouldn't want to with my wallet necessarily, and so maybe it's just something we should open up in the future. Is just being able to chart any stock instead of just the ones you own. I'm not sure. Maybe people have some thoughts on that.
I think it'd be cool to be able to upload our stonks in there with the same design to where it would be like the price action live on like some of the newer coins too. Is there a way that we can update it with some of the newer ones that are moving to, or is
I
that
see
already
what you're
built?
saying, dude. Like, put your
Yeah,
stonk as a
yeah,
fractal on
yeah,
in
dude.
real life stonk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be sick as fuck. And then you could really like you identify patterns or whatever. That'd be sick as fuck, dude.
Sorry, I'm my brain's not working well today. I didn't understand that at all.
I feel
So
you, bro.
like I think what he's saying is you could essentially screenshot just the graph part of your wonky stonk and have it as like a transparent overlay to a current Bitcoin or Ethereum chart
Oh,
and have them like side like overlapping, almost like you pull a fractal of it
Yeah, that's
and
dope.
compare your stonk.
well, I guess like I don't know. Like I'm not. I have no idea how the stocks were made. Like I don't know the algorithm, but I just kind of looked at the charts and I'm like, well, this is a moving average, and so I just went and I just found JavaScript charting software, and if they didn't have the, I guess the ribbons were something I had to create on my own to make, and so I don't think I could actually like strip out. Well. Everything's possible. That if that's something that people would think would be cool to make a fractal or to be able to dissect your wonky stonk, uh, I could think about that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, not a requirement. Just like if you find yourself with inspiration and have the time to kill, that would be, I think, something that would be well received by the community.
Certainly.
Bro, I'm so sorry for taking a pause. I had a call in the middle of that, and I was also rewarding the winner, and I was just cracking up at BTC Arts Dino Dick Guppy background. Sorry to go away there. The Guppy background will forever make me laugh. Avatama though, again, I, I just love seeing the passion behind it, and what you built, still amazing to this day. So I was also in a conversation where some guy was talking of like the most beautiful thing about the question I asked above is 99% of people trying to justify the reason for why they would take $1 million over $1.
I thought mine was pretty good. It was like the appropriate dick rider answer. Like take out $1 million and YOLO it all into wonky stonks.
I mean, that's just like if it's that obvious, it's not correct. I mean, it's beautiful, but you're not going to make it doing that because the power of passive income. You have to do the $1 a day. You have to earn your way up there, and then YOLO it all on wonky stocks. That's the correct answer.
Fuck, man. Bested again by the market.
So there's so many people that don't know that meme right now, man. It's kind of hilarious. If
Bro,
you
it's
didn't know
called
the meme,
passive
now you do.
income for life. It's forever, bros.
What are you taking? 500K or an hour on stage with Kaleo?
Who are you
500K, bro. I'm
Yeah, all
taking the
day, all day,
500K.
all day.
There's no passive knowledge learned in an hour on stage with Kaleo.
But the keks are priceless, bros.
Damn, I should have been taking the 500K this whole time. The offer ended this week, jackass.
You had an offer of 500K on the table for like not doing these spaces. Good God, how dumb are you?
Dude, that's
I
what fucking
appreciate it.
Jay-Z told me when I took the dinner
Well,
with
you
him
know,
over the $10 million.
I take that back. I take it back. It's either stupidity or love, and I'm going to lean toward the second. So thank you very much. Just shows your character.
Beta.
Man, this has been fun. Man, I fucking missed you guys. Holy shit.
We'll come back next week.
I'll be on a cruise, but I'll try.
Yeah, we have 100 this week, and then in 4 weeks, we have the 2-year Spaces anniversary. So that's just right around the corner.
Hey, I just again, I got to give a shout out to my boys here. They definitely. I've been going through some shit too on the side past few months, and they just constantly are always calling me and checking in on me, and just I love all you guys, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, I do have a winner for the other stonk, though. We have Mr. Non-Fungible in the audience for the like and retweet winner. So I'm gonna DM you and
Is that the mauve guy? Is that the mauve background?
I don't think it is. No, it's not.
Mauve is not a word that you hear every day. That's like a very specific shade, is it not? What is mauve? It's like purple meets pink meets
ish. Yeah.
It's just it's a hipster purple, a little bit trendier.
Hipster purple. Yeah. I'm colorblind, so all this shit is fucking red or green to me.
It's not purple. It's mauve.
It's purple with an attitude. But it is the rarest stonk.
It's a colorway of a Stanley, is what it is.
I mean, actually, if you want to know what mauve is, I think I would say the background of Metaverse Kids Penguin is mauve. That looks kind of mauve to me.
Oh no, you know what? I think it's like from that song where it's like, "Move, bitch, get out the way."
That's it. They were not saying any action whatsoever. They were just saying the provenance of the color mauve was so powerful that like bitches got to get out of the way.
Yeah, have you seen the music video? He's pointing to a wall, a freshly painted mauve wall. Has nothing to do with actually people getting out of the way.
It's Mave. You guys are all saying it wrong.
Mave.
So it actually officially is mauve. It's not mauve. That's one of the things we said the other day. It's not mauve.
I'm gonna Mave my ass out of here, man.
Nah, we call it Mob Deep. We are Mob Deep, bros.
Hey, tell you what, like we just need one more. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to say that. For the culture, I will say there are a couple free stonks still listed. So people can do with that what they will, or you know what, play the game of roulette again. I don't really care one way or the other. Stonks are inevitable, right? Like. I do think it's funny. I don't know who put it inside the chat where they said their IRL friends texted them the other day and they were like, I think it was yesterday, and they were like, is the stock move over? Like, is it done? And like asking if the little pup, bro, here's the deal. Anytime you get like 180% move in 24 hours, you're going to have a tiny bit of a cool off before you end up moving higher again. Like, that's just the way the world works. So it's Son of Surge. He's coming up here. I think it was that. And I thought it was hilarious.
You need a little bullish selling, bros.
I was thinking that meme when shit like that happens first time or whatever. I was thinking that one.
Hey, this is Surge. That was my buddy. He bought his first stonk a few days ago, and he's been watching it every day since. And as soon as it started to dip a little bit, he was already panicked.
You're telling me though he bought the dip?
Because I told him to. And I picked out the stonk for him and everything. He just had to push the buttons.
So when
Man,
he
you
saw
should.
it basically triple, he was hyped.
Yeah, I think he got it like a .07 or .08, so he was at least double, 2x in a couple days.
You should be like videotaping this so you can like send it to him and be like, "Yo, we're literally talking about you in this fucking space right now."
I know it. I'm gonna have to text him.
Screenshot it on the recording. That's going to be hilarious.
I'll say it again. If you need to record it and you don't feel like going back after this space and finding it in screen recording, I will say the exact same thing again. You just let me know when to pull the trigger.
All right.
Is that an I as in go, or is that an I as in like okay, you know?
I think he'll let you know, but is the stonk move over, dude? I bought 17 more this past week. Is it over?
I'll accept them. Yes, it's over. Send them to me.
Yeah, it's over, man. It's definitely over. But yeah, it's just I mean that's why we're actually hosting week number 100. Is it's over. So it's been fun. Been a good ride. Time to get out.
I knew that rug in the merch shop was foreshadowing. I just knew it.
Dude, this has been the slowest rug of all time. What the fuck?
And without further ado, BTC Art is now the official founder of Wonky Stonks.
Oh, shit! Get the
Stonks and
dicks
dicks,
out.
baby.
Get the dicks out, baby.
Stonks will never rug ever. They are the most unruggable project of all time because of Kaleo.
Bro, but you just got the job.
No. I am a proud, long time, big holder of the Stonks. Kaleo would never do that to his people. He's just slowly waiting as things
Well,
continue to
I tried to
climb.
give you guys an upgrade. Since he declined, I guess I will remain in my position and we will do a week 101. But just know a great leader recognizes greatness. And you know, he knows when it's time to pass the torch. And BTC Art, you know, I saw the opportunity, but I will continue to push on.
Well, there's like another sort of saying that I think applies here is that you don't want the man who wants to be king. You want the man who doesn't want that job. So maybe he is, in fact, the perfect in the line of succession because, you know, he doesn't want this shit, man. And so he would be the best possible steward of that level of responsibility and expectation. What do you think?
I am humbled, I am honored, and I can't believe here we are at 100, and I can't wait for the 200th episode. It'll start late. Cube will come on and get rugged. 80s will encourage us all. Rooster will be funnier than all get out. Probably set up a poker tournament or 10, win most of them, and we'll continue to get together in real
Planning
life
that first
in
Wonky Stonks
amazing places.
IRL meetup.
Yes. I guess it's a cruise. I guess we figured out we're gonna join Rooster, 80s, and Love Dove. We're gonna crash their cruise for the Stonks.
I love you, man.
I love you too, man. I love each and every one of you. I can't tell you how much this community has meant to me. I really can't. Like, especially during dark times for crypto Twitter and even personal times, man, good and bad. Like, so many of you. Cube called me from the hot tub the other night talking about the member guest coming up next year, like randomly at midnight. And is like, I'm in the hot tub with like, I don't know, was it 5, 6 chicks? I don't know. I'm like, brother, what's up? He's like, I got to know about the dicks. What's going on? And I'm like, dude, I haven't heard from. He disappeared forever, and he just shows back up when the bull kicks off. I think Cube might be the possible heir apparent, if there is one
You misheard. Those weren't
after the
chicks,
next
bro.
happening.
Dude, the funny thing is, like,
Cube is
when
very
you say
sober, if
5
you
or
didn't
6
know.
chicks for a cube in a hot tub, I'm picturing 5 or 6 little chicklets in Kansas that he had, like, the roost. They escaped out of there, hopped in with him. He's just letting them swim around. That's my picture with Cube.
It's like,
That's
You
yo,
got quite the
bros, I'm in a hot
imagination.
tub with 5 or 6 autists.
yeah. It might have just been 3 because that's key. I could have elaborated a bit, but it was at least 3. So I think, but I do think if we're having to throw up who could be the heir apparent, I would put Cube up there. Yeah, just because of his ability to make sure that he always does spaces on time and never rugs for the first 30 seconds. Like that's key. That's key. I love you guys. I got to jump. Time to pick up the kids from school. Thank you so much for the Wonky Stonks. Thank you everyone that's here. I'm telling you, you guys are my people, and I can't tell you how much I love you and how much it means to me. And I'm so stoked we're here. I can't wait till the 200th episode. Let's go.
Well, BTC Art may not be taking over the Stonks, but I'll tell you what, I don't think I'm going to be able to one-up him on a better closeout than that. So I echo everything he just said. It's been a fun week. It's been a fun ride. And, we'll be back here celebrating again week 200 soon enough. So, and, what will be fun, week 200, that should be right in the heart of everything crazy happening in this market. I'm a believer. So,
I got some outro music for you, bro.
right, let's
Wonky
get it.
Stonks 10 ETH by week 200.
Let's go, baby. Love
Stonks
y'all.
turned up.
So will you will never say pay me? Come in my day, you won't escape me. Got these bitches screaming, why too crazy? I feeling why too crazy, cause I'm way too crazy. All these friends tech bitches trying to have a baby. Catfish me once, said shame on you. I need verified shit, want that check on blue, want that check on X, but I don't really need it. I spread through contact like mimetic diseases. Elite DMs of Congressman Wiener's penis. With this many X's, bitch, you better believe it. Got my wallet keys, and I hope you're straight. When she tie me down, I'm like, that's me. Take out the ledger, but she wants to see. Pull out games, feeling like my stop loss. Never love like I'm Jay-Z. So will you never just say, baby? Come in my lane, you won't escape me. Got these bitches screaming, why too crazy? Never love like I'm Jay-Z. So will you never just say, baby? Come in my lane, you won't escape me. Got these bitches screaming, why too crazy?